It's remarkable how a single fleeting thought can dictate millions in financial behavior. The fear of missing out, the silent pulse behind every trending investment, every sudden market jump, has become a quiet architect of choices. Even disciplined, knowledgeable investors can find themselves swept up, compelled to act not from strategy, but from instinctual anxiety, the subtle pull of social comparison, and the need to align with perceived opportunity. Every impulsive buy, every rushed decision carries a psychological imprint. It feels urgent, necessary, unavoidable. Yet beneath that urgency lies a hidden pattern, a mental shortcut that rewards instant action over calculated patience. Recognizing this hidden architecture is the first step toward reclaiming your attention, energy, and strategic decision-making. If you're ready to uncover how these impulses silently shape your wealth and learn to regain control, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the insights coming in this series. Even the sharpest minds are not immune to the sway of others. Observing peers, colleagues, or curated lives online triggers subtle comparisons that drive financial decisions. The mind interprets these signals as information, but often they are cues for conformity rather than strategic insight. This pressure nudges investors to act quickly, chasing trends or mirroring choices without evaluating alignment with long-term objectives. Each action feels rational in the moment, yet it quietly diverts attention and energy away from deliberate strategies. Habits begin to form around these impulses, checking trends obsessively, making snap decisions, or prioritizing what appears socially validated. Understanding this mechanism, how the perceived behavior of others can hijack your internal reasoning, is crucial for reclaiming autonomy over your financial trajectory. Beneath every financial decision lies an undercurrent of emotion. Fear, desire, and the longing for immediate satisfaction operate silently, shaping choices that often contradict long-term goals. Even investors with extensive knowledge may sell prematurely, buy impulsively, or hesitate at critical moments, not because of a lack of information, but because emotional currents bypass rational thought. The brain rewards immediate relief, dopamine for perceived progress or comfort, while patience and strategic thinking feel comparatively neutral. This imbalance creates a subtle tug-of-war between calculated intention and unconscious impulse. Recognizing the emotional architecture behind each choice allows you to pause, observe, and redirect your energy toward decisions that reinforce long-term financial alignment rather than momentary comfort. Intelligence alone cannot shield investors from the hidden distortions of the mind. Cognitive biases, mental shortcuts designed to simplify complexity, often steer decisions in ways that feel logical, but subtly undermine long-term financial goals. Confirmation bias filters information to reinforce existing beliefs. Loss aversion exaggerates minor setbacks, and overconfidence blinds even the most careful planner to latent risks. These patterns operate beneath awareness, quietly influencing every investment choice, every moment of hesitation, and every impulsive action. Understanding these biases is essential. They reveal why smart, disciplined individuals repeatedly fall into the same traps. By identifying and acknowledging these invisible forces, you reclaim the ability to make deliberate, high-impact decisions that serve your long-term strategy rather than instinctive, bias-driven reactions. Even the most disciplined investors are vulnerable to the allure of immediate reward. Quick gains, trending opportunities, or the satisfaction of keeping up provide a rush that feels productive, yet often diverts attention from strategies that compound wealth over time. This pursuit of instant gratification creates invisible cycles, short-term excitement followed by long-term stagnation. Each impulsive action reinforces neural pathways favoring speed over deliberation, subtly reducing the capacity for patience, focus, and sustained strategic thinking. Recognizing how these small, repeated impulses erode high-impact financial energy is critical. By observing and resisting the subtle pull of immediate reward, you can begin to channel attention and energy toward deliberate, meaningful actions that build consistent and enduring wealth. Confidence can be deceptive. Even well-informed investors often believe that constant monitoring, analysis, and adjustment guarantee control, yet this perceived mastery can mask subtle inefficiencies and hidden risks. The more one attempts to micromanage, the greater the chance of energy leaks. Decisions that feel safe may hide unseen consequences, and over-tinkering can erode long-term performance. Behavioral patterns reveal repeated overmanagement, obsessing over minor fluctuations, adjusting strategies prematurely, or overestimating personal control. True financial power emerges not from relentless vigilance, but from aligning attention, energy, and internal systems. Awareness transforms perceived control into intentional action, turning intelligence and effort into sustainable, measurable wealth creation. Even the most independent thinkers are subtly guided by the behavior of others. Observing peers, colleagues, or curated online personas triggers an unconscious need to match perceived success, leading to decisions driven more by image than strategy. Overspending, impulsive risk-taking, or chasing trends for approval quietly diverts attention and energy from high-impact, deliberate actions. The paradox is that social comparison can feel motivating while simultaneously undermining true progress. Recognizing this hidden pressure allows you to reclaim mental and emotional resources, redirecting them inward to align decisions with authentic priorities rather than external expectations. By observing and filtering these influences, deliberate, value-driven financial choices replace reactive conformity. Even when the path is clear, the mind faces an invisible tug-of-war between long-term goals and immediate desires. Discipline guides planning, saving, and investing, yet subtle impulses push for comfort, indulgence, or quick satisfaction. This internal conflict often causes hesitation, procrastination, and inconsistent actions, even in highly intelligent individuals. The tension between rational strategy and unconscious desire quietly undermines wealth accumulation. Recognizing these impulses without judgment allows you to harmonize intention with action, converting internal conflict into deliberate, aligned financial behavior. Redirecting this energy transforms fleeting urges into consistent choices that reinforce long-term prosperity. Even small, seemingly trivial routines can quietly siphon financial energy over time. Obsessively checking accounts, scrolling news feeds, impulsive purchases, or overcommitting to low-priority tasks operate beneath conscious awareness, gradually depleting focus and momentum. Smart individuals often overlook these habitual drains because they feel minor, yet cumulatively, they erode the capacity for high-impact decision-making. Each action that doesn't align with long-term goals reinforces neural patterns favoring distraction over deliberate effort. By identifying these subtle habits and replacing them with intentional, value-aligned behaviors, you reclaim mental and emotional energy. This reclaimed energy, once focused on strategic financial actions, accelerates progress toward authentic wealth. Recognizing the hidden cost of these patterns is essential for transforming awareness into deliberate, measurable results. Consistent observation and disciplined redirection allow small daily choices to compound into substantial long-term impact. Even the most disciplined minds can be deceived by the feeling of control. Carefully tracking every financial move, obsessing over market fluctuations, or micromanaging small decisions creates the impression of mastery, yet true control often remains elusive. Effort and vigilance feel productive, but without alignment of attention, energy, and internal systems, these actions can mask inefficiencies and hidden risks. Behavioral patterns reveal repeated overmanagement. Minor adjustments, unnecessary tinkering, and overanalysis slowly drain focus and mental energy. The subtle tension lies between perceived control and actual impact, leaving critical opportunities unexploited. By understanding that mastery is not about manipulating every variable, but directing focus intentionally, you can convert effort into meaningful, high-value outcomes. Awareness transforms perceived mastery into deliberate action, turning scattered intelligence and energy into sustainable, measurable wealth creation. Remember, true control comes from aligning your internal systems, not from external micromanagement. Ambition can silently sabotage even the sharpest minds. Taking on too many projects, responsibilities, or obligations disperses focus, leaving essential financial decisions underdeveloped or poorly executed. Multitasking and overextension create a false sense of productivity while subtly eroding momentum and strategic clarity. Behavioral patterns reveal repeated attempts to juggle competing priorities, where energy is scattered across low-impact actions, instead of concentrated on what truly drives wealth. The internal conflict between the desire to achieve more and the finite capacity of attention leads to inefficient outcomes, even for highly intelligent individuals. By recognizing these limits and consolidating priorities, you can intentionally direct energy toward high-value financial actions. Concentrated focus transforms scattered effort into deliberate, measurable progress, allowing long-term financial mastery to emerge naturally. This awareness empowers you to prioritize wisely and act strategically, turning ambition into consistent results rather than diluted action. Awareness alone is insufficient. Insight without execution leaves potential untapped. Even the most intelligent individuals can overanalyze, pausing at every observation without converting it into focused, practical steps. Behavioral patterns reveal repeated recognition without application. Habits persist, attention is fragmented, and decisions are reactive rather than deliberate. The hidden mechanism is the gap between knowing and doing, the space where potential energy dissipates. By consciously translating awareness into structured action, you reclaim mental and emotional energy and direct it toward high-impact financial decisions. Deliberate integration of insight ensures that every step supports long-term objectives rather than fleeting comfort or immediate satisfaction. When awareness aligns with strategy, scattered effort becomes cohesive, turning latent intelligence and energy into measurable financial growth. This integration transforms recognition into tangible outcomes, allowing consistent, deliberate, and aligned wealth creation. If you found this exploration insightful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to continue unlocking the hidden mechanisms behind wealth and power.